Kyle Rudolph, Vikings tight end here on the Rich Eisen Show. So you're from Ohio. How did you wind up at Notre Dame, Kyle? How did they let you out of the state?
Well, when I was coming out of high school, the Buckeyes really didn't use tight ends a whole lot. They were kind of just like a third tackle, and I wanted to run around and catch a bunch of balls.
So did they not recruit you?
They did. I went to one of my visits was the Ohio State-Michigan game when it was 1-2 back the Troy Smith year. So I visited. They offered. Like I said, I wanted to go somewhere where I'd be used a little bit more like a receiver and less like a tackle.
So that Troy Smith game where Michigan had all the momentum, but there was an awful 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty called on Michigan that changed the entire momentum of the game. That's the game that you were at, Kyle. That was that.
Yeah,
game.
I'm sure that's not putting any salt in wounds from a Michigan alum or anything.
No.
Bringing up any bad memories.
No, that's okay. No, it's just I'm used to the Big Ten refereeing is essentially what I'm saying, you know?
There you go. Absolutely.
Are you ready for the renewing of said acquaintances
Absolutely, yeah.
this coming fall?
Speaking of Michigan, I'm very excited. That was, for me, having the opportunity to play against Michigan every year was one of the games that I always looked forward to, just the history and tradition that both schools have and, kind of the, mutual respect, if you would. A lot of times in rivalry games, it's, this school hates this school, i.e. Ohio State, Michigan. And I don't think that's the case in Notre Dame, Michigan. It's more of a mutual respect for one another. And I'm glad to see that series back and going again. You
know what, Kyle? I would travel the high road with you right now, but I just can't. I was going to point out, despite all that mutual affection for one another, Notre Dame was the one that did walk away from the series, but that's number one. I'm also the type of guy that rents Rudy hoping he pops a quad towards the end, Kyle. I got to be honest with you.
Well, you know that money talks, and when they got that big ACC contract, they had to do what they had to do with the conference.
Look at you spitting truth. I like it. So while we're on the subject, is Rudy real? Is Rudy real, Kyle? Let's get that out there.
For a guy who spent 3 years at Notre Dame, and obviously I grew up watching Rudy. I have a ton of respect for Rudy and what he did. That's awesome. But there are so many cases. I feel like I went to school with like 3 Rudys. Guys that I can remember playing with. First name that comes to mind is Mike Anello. The guy is a undersized walk-on from Chicago, just outside of Chicago, dreamed of playing in Notre Dame, walks on, kills it on special teams. And he was actually a guy that played and contributed for us. Another one that Joe Schmidt, the linebacker that was there forever, original walk-on, gets a scholarship. So the Rudy story is great, obviously, as a Notre Dame guy. I love that story. I just feel like that there are many more Rudy stories since then, and those guys have busted their tail to put themselves in situations that Hollywood is one thing, but they've kind of exceeded Hollywood.
I thought for a split second that the sweetheart of a man in Kyle Rudolph, the Golden Domer in Kyle Rudolph, was about to reveal the ultimate scam.
Nope.
Yes, I call it a scam.
Not a scam.
The story of Rudy is not a scam.
It happened.
Rudy Rudiger.
Yes. He's the only
carried off by the entire team, the whole team, the entire team.
I don't think the whole team could carry one person, but it happened.
Ned Beatty crying in the crowd.
Who's a wild man now?
Vince Vaughn and John Favreau, pre-swingers, cheering.
What's his name? The guy who keeps the...
That guy? By the way, Dan Devine, played by the same actor who got hosed in the in Hoosiers.
Yes.
Where he thought that he was going to get Coach Dale fired.
The pitcher in Major League.
Yeah.
That's right. That guy, I thought Kyle was about to say, about Rudy, and I got a chance to meet him and haven't been around there.
Oh,
He pointed out 3 other guys from his team who are Rudy-like. That's, like I said, we were in such rarefied high road air. I was looking for the oxygen mask to come down from the ceiling of this studio.
High character guy. Chelsea Ross is the guy's name.
There you go. I thought for a second I was going to get him.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.